Who is that?
What are they doing, Taylor?
Looks like they're coning off the street.
Taylor.
Well, if you must know, they are a county work crew here to install Stars Hollow's first traffic light and metered crosswalk. Luke?
Hold it.
Keep going. You have no controlling legal authority over this matter.
Stuff it, Taylor. Hold it.
Keep going, and I will not stuff it.
What authority did you have to authorize this? You're supposed to inform local business owners of major projects per the town's rules, meaning me.
Not when it's a matter of dire public safety, where the city charter clearly states that I can function unilaterally in the town's best interest.
Dire public safety? We haven't had an accident here in 10 years.
You can't stop progress, Luke.
Traffic light, huh?
It's unbelievable.
Well, it could always be taken out. Your bare hands or your teeth.
Yeah, I guess.
Welcome, townspeople. So you're going to spoil it for all of us right off the bat, huh, Luke?
Why waste time?
What about dinner?
Oh, you don't eat dinner at a bachelorette party. You gotta eat. No, you gotta drink, dance, party, and drink some more.
Well, I'll hurl before the night's half over.
This is all very fascinating.
Oh, sorry, Teach. We'll keep it down.
How about keeping it silent?
Way down.
Or zipping it shut?
Little tiny mice voices.
Townspeople, we should all be proud of the new addition to our streets. I know many of you have wanted a traffic light and a crosswalk for many years.
What?
And now your dream has come true.
It's like Hitler's Germany. Luke, you're trying to brainwash us, Taylor, telling us we want something that we don't and not giving us any choice.
Luke, shush, we're planning.
I heard, and you're idiots if you don't eat first.
Everybody, let me segue into the informational portion of our gathering. If I can turn your attention to the poll here, you will see a yellow button with an instructional panel right above it.
Oh my God, that's the biggest yellow button I've ever seen.
Now, if you'll read the panel above the button, you'll learn how the system works.
To cross street, push yellow button, wait for walk signal. When signal reads walk, step into street, and proceed to the other side.
It's written for morons.
In big, stupid letters, too.
I hate being infantilized.
Does no one here care about the spate of near accidents we have suffered over the past year?
Near accidents, meaning they didn't happen.
Just because they didn't happen doesn't mean that we shouldn't ward against them.
There's lots of things that don't happen that we don't ward against.
Like?
Like everything.
So that everything doesn't happen here, meaning nothing happens.
No, it's not nothing happens, stuff happens. It's that it's not everything that's, it's, damn it, Taylor.
Ha! Now, for some interesting stats.
So let's see,
America's
it's you, me, Miss
first
Patty,
traffic
Rory,
light was
Babette.
installed in
Babette, you're
Detroit
coming,
in
right?
1920.
Doll, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to make it.
Babette, no.
We're having Maury's parents over for dinner, and if you cancel on them last minute, they'll stick a red-hot poker up your you-know-where.
Oh, well, we'll miss you.
Yeah, well, stick your hand down the front of some guy's pants for me, would you?
I hope you're talking about a stripper.
Whatever.
Day. Now, the length of the walk signal's duration has thoughtfully been timed to accommodate the pace of Stars Hollow's oldest living resident. So, to inaugurate the signal, our beloved Mrs. Lanahan is going to push the button and lead the first historic group across the street. Ready with the camera, Kirk? Rolling.
The cap is still on the lens, dear.
Oh, thanks.
Lou, good. I was just on my way over to the diner to talk to you.
Great, go on over. I'll meet you there.
Oh, stop it. This isn't about anything that's going to make you mad. I just have a couple of questions about your application.
What?
Your application. Now, I called your
What
bank.
application?
Your application for the apartment. Now, you have 2 accounts here.
How did you get my application?
Well, Mary gave it to me, of course. Now, I'm assuming that one of those accounts...
Why would Mary give you my application?
Because I own the building.
What? When the hell did you buy an apartment building?
Well, I bought this particular one about 2 months ago.
I look at 1,000 apartments, I choose yours. How is that possible?
Well, count yourself lucky, you. With me as the owner, there is a level of quality control that is sorely lacking in this town. For example, at all my properties, we measure the grass before, during, and after mowing to attain a perfect 1.5 inch height, which is both pleasing to the eye and good for the grass.
All of your property?
10 in all.
10 properties? What are you, buying up the town?
Not yet, but someday, who knows?
But why isn't anyone stopping you?
Because, my friend, people are lazy. They don't want to think about the proper fabric for an awning or the correct historical color for a building. They just slap any old thing up on a wall and sleep like babies. But soon, hopefully, the city council will put an end to that.
Taylor, you cannot tell people what color to paint their buildings.
Well, someone has to.
No, they don't. We don't live in a fascist country.
Oh, this isn't about the fascists who, by the way, had their faults, but their parks were spotless.
I have to get out of here.
Hey, wait a minute. Luke, hold it. I still need to talk to you.
Just tear up the application, Taylor. I'm not moving.
What? Why?
Because I'm a 2-inch grass kind of guy.
Well, that's too bad, but I need to talk to you about something else.
What?
I'm thinking of purchasing the flower shop next to the diner, but we need to talk about that sign of yours.
What about my sign?
Well, you have a diner, but you never took down the Williams hardware sign.
That was my father's sign.
I understand that you have a sentimental attachment to the sign, but it confuses the tourists.
Back off the sign, Taylor.
If I buy the building next to that sign, I run the risk of people being so busy trying to figure out if you sell hammers or burgers that they never notice the nice collectible plate store right next door.
Collectible plates.
Isn't that a great idea? Elvis, the Beatles, Mary Poppins, all the greats. You can hang them on the wall, or you buy a little stand and set them up on a coffee table.
Okay, you need to get away from me now. At least a good arm swinging length away.
It's people like you who keep this town from becoming one of the great towns in America, Luke.
Arm swinging length?
I wouldn't have approved your application anyway.
Hey, Luke, can you whip me up something in a hurry?
What, Kirk?
A chocolate phosphate?
Okay, now what the hell is this? Why do you want a phosphate?
Because nothing says refreshment like a phosphate.
This is Taylor, right? Is he behind this?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Okay, then you tell me. And remember, if you lie, you'll go to hell.
You didn't say get mad.
Come on.
What is this?
That's my question. Now, what the hell's going on
I
here?
have no idea what you're talking
They're
about.
asking for phosphates and egg creams and black cows, and they already gave you up. So tell me what's going on.
Who faked?
Him.
Snitch.
Well, you did.
That's not that kid's fault, Taylor. Now, what is this about?
Well, you are so close-minded to new things, Luke, that I decided to make an admittedly desperate attempt to convince you of the need for something that I think is a terrific idea.
Which is?
An old-fashioned, turn-of-the-century soda shop.
Ay, 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 ay.
It's just the kind of wholesome hang today's teens need to keep them off the streets.
And our streets are so wild and out of control.
If you ask me, yes, and I have proof.
What are these?
Surveillance photos of town goings-on, the dark side of Stars Hollow, Luke, not a pretty picture.
These are kids on skateboards.
Slaloming around pop bottles right down the middle of the street. I'm telling you, Luke, if we don't quick furnish these skateboarding Z-boys with a moral distraction, they're going to turn Stars Hollow into Dogtown.
This is the space next to the diner.
I know.
I own the space next to the diner.
I know.
You want to open up the soda shop in the space next to the diner?
It's the only one that's appropriate.
Taylor, no, 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 no. And every day from now on till the end of my life, I am going to come in here and say, Taylor, no. And when I die, I'm going to have them freeze me next to Ted Williams. And when they find the cure to what I died of and they unfreeze me, my first words are going to be, how's Ted? Followed closely by Taylor, no.
But the space is empty.
Not for long.
And what are your plans for it?
A skateboard and pop bottle shop.
That's not funny.
With in-house experts to teach the craft of street slaloming.
Still not funny.
Well, I'm not in a very funny mood. What's that, a toy?
Oh, it's awfully cute.
That is a professionally manufactured diorama of the proposed business.
Wow, there's little people and everything.
They look so real.
Hey, it's me, holding the tiny zucchini.
Look at the horse-drawn carriage.
My thought was to park it out front with the name of the business painted on the side. It's very 1800s.
The horse is taller than the front door.
Way taller.
What are you up to, Taylor? Are you breeding giant horses?
It's slightly out of proportion.
Slightly. That little guy there could walk right under the horse without even ducking.
You're missing the big picture here, townsfolk. Now, this wonderful business belongs in Stars Hollow. Whether Luke rents the space willingly or not.
How would I not rent it willingly?
I'm talking about eminent domain, my friend. Check the town's bylaws. If a 3/4 majority finds it necessary to use a space for a specific function, the landowner must concede.
That's for taking over houses to turn into hospitals during a national emergency like the Civil War. If you want to turn this place into a Civil War hospital, be my guest.
Some would attest that the succor that my soda shop is going to offer is on the same level as the comfort that a hospital can provide.
You're gonna need a hospital, Taylor.
Hit him. Which one?
Either one, I'm easy.
Come on, Luke. This shop is based on the original soda shop that was in town 80 years ago. Don't you see? You are preventing the town
From moving backwards. Who here wants to do that?
We like ice cream.
Oh, come on.
A nice burger from Luke's and an ice cream soda. Yum.
You want that thing?
With the cherry.
The striped awning and the giant horse? Be ready to pay through the nose.
We'll talk terms. We have our soda shop, everybody. Meeting dismissed.
You had to have ordered that sign weeks ago. You were that sure that I would cave in.
Well, you did, didn't you? The rate's too high.
And when it become Taylor's, it said Stars Hollow on the stupid model, and I don't like the extra P&E at the end of shop. Get rid of it.
No.
I'm your landlord, Taylor.
And as a tenant, I have rights.
Can I take? What can I get? That's it.
I specifically requested a carved arch above the door.
That's a blueprint, Taylor.
Yes, Tom, I know it's a blueprint. Taylor, 1 second, Luke. I know it's a blueprint, Tom, but if I don't see a carved archway here, then I don't expect to see a carved archway there. And if I don't see an archway there, then you won't see a paycheck here. Are we clear?
Get away from my saw, Taylor. What the hell is going on?
I'm renovating your building. You know that very well.
I also know that the renovation is supposed to be going on over there inside the building.
There is plenty of room to move around if you turn sideways.
I'm gonna punch you in the nose.
I have every right to make the necessary renovations to the building that I am paying good money to lease.
Taylor, if any other person in this town pulled a stunt like this in front of your market, you'd have them arrested.
I have acquired all the necessary permits to do exactly what I'm doing, and all of this has been looked over and approved by the town magistrate.
You're the town magistrate.
And as such, if you have any complaints about me, you may take them up with me.
Get him away from my saw. Get him away from my diner.
By the way, Luke, I noticed you haven't returned any of my lawyer's calls about the lease agreement. Now, we have to set up an appointment to see that those papers get signed.
Forget it. I'm not going through any lawyer. You want those papers signed, you pick them up and you walk them over to me. Then I'll sign them.
Luke, this is business. It needs to be done properly and legally.
It's a standard lease form, Taylor. I bought it at Office Depot.
All the more reason to have a professional take a little look-see, huh? I mean, there's a reason they say good lawyers make for good neighbors.
Who the hell said that?
Oh, everybody says that. Okay, now back to work. Tom, let's take another look at this archway, shall we?
Get away from my saw, Taylor.
Oh, hey, looks like the soda shop is open.
Oh, cool.
I am gonna kill you.
Oh, please, you are not.
I am too. I'm gonna kill you. I should have killed you before. I should have killed you the minute you put up those unicorn topiaries in the park. But hey, hindsight, right?
Oh, I've missed that.
What do you think? The Scotty moment?
Absolutely.
You don't have to yell, Luke.
You put a giant window in my wall.
So what?
A giant window right here. You can see my entire diner. And when I'm in my diner, I can see your whole stupid store.
I don't understand why yours is a diner and mine is a stupid store.
Look at this place. Look at you. All you need is 6 dancing penguins and Mary Poppins floating in the corner to bring back 2 of the worst hours of my childhood.
I don't think you had a childhood. I think you came out a bitter, surly killjoy.
You can't change the basic structure of this place without my okay. What?
Your hand is near the wax lips.
So?
If you could just move it so you don't accidentally touch the candy. Lucas? What are you doing? You stop that right now!
Get all the pretty candy.
Come on.
Hungry.
Breathe in deep, folks. Smells like fall.
Get out, Taylor.
Why?
Just a code I live by.
Oh, you. Listen, I'd like to run into something by you.
I'm busy, Taylor.
I was just thinking how nice it would be if you could set up a little coffee stand at the marathon.
Coffee stand?
Yes, I mean, these people have to try and stay up for 24 hours. What better to help you stay up than a cup of nice, strong coffee, huh? What do you say?
Sure.
Really?
For $1 a cup.
Luke, this marathon is a charitable event.
Taylor, we have been raising money to restore that stupid bridge for 8 years.
We're not raising money to restore the bridge.
We're not?
No, we have that money. The Tennessee Williams look-alike contest last month put us right over the top.
Then what the hell is this dumb thing for?
A tarp.
A what?
To cover the bridge.
This is the first, Taylor. I actually need to sit down.
Well, Luke, you know as well as I do that if we start renovations now, heading right into the snow and rainy part of the season, then everything we do is going to get ruined. And there we are back at square one. If we are going to do this right, then we are going to need a tarp.
Taylor, you are asking me to donate free coffee to hundreds of people so you can raise money to buy a tarp.
How about 50 cents a cup?
How about I charge for cream?
You would kick Tiny Tim's crutch out from under him, wouldn't you?
If he asks for a free cup of coffee, Gimpy's going down.
Hey, can you take a little constructive criticism?
No.
Okay, this place could use a makeover. Yeah, it needs a sprucing up, like a coat of paint.
I don't spruce.
What do you mean you don't spruce?
What he means is he won't spruce. That's what he means.
Taylor, do not start.
Me and the rest of the town beautification committee have been hounding him for years to freshen up the place. Maybe a couple of nice zinnia pots out front, some yellow awnings, a peppy little cardboard pig announcing the specials, but he's a mule. He won't talk, he won't reason, he won't spruce. You might as well forget it, Lorelai. I'm forgetting it too.
Finally, a Taylor Dozy position I can get behind.
Faded paint is a bad reflection on the whole town.
Whatever happened to giving up?
When standards slip, families flee, and in comes the seedy crowd. You got trouble, my friends.
Right here in River City.
This is not funny, Lorelai.
Does anyone want anything?
Yes, I do. I want to know why you won't paint this place.
Painting's a pain. I'd have to close the place for a day, which I can't afford, or paint it in the middle of the night, which I don't want to do because I hate painting.
Okay, how about this? I'll help you. I love to paint.
You do?
Yes, I do.
You love it?
I want to marry it.
You have strange passions.
She likes washing dishes too. She's multifaceted abnormal.
Ah, come on. We'll drink a couple beers. We'll sing painting songs.
Painting songs.
Yeah, painting songs like, you know, the song that goes, grab your brush and grab your rollers, all you kids and all you bowlers, we're going painting today. Say yes, or there's another verse.
Well, I guess maybe if I had help.
Really? Oh my God, that's wonderful. Hurrah!
Taylor, it's not for you, it's for me.
I can't wait to tell the rest of the committee. They're not going to believe this.
I hate that he's pleased.
Ah, you'll drop a gum wrapper in the street in front of his store later.
Yeah, good idea.
Every other store in town has fall decorations.
Well, hurrah for the mob mentality.
We're talking a few streamers and a paper turkey. How is it going to hurt to have a paper turkey?
No turkeys, no squash, no pumpkins, nothing colored orange.
Okay, so you don't like orange. That's fine. Autumn has many varied hues to toy with.
Excuse me, could we get some coffee, please?
And a muffin?
Warmed?
This is the Autumn Festival. Your shop is right across the street from the Horn of Plenty. You're right smack dab in the middle of everything. You have to decorate.
I don't have to do anything but serve food.
And coffee!
And muffins.
Taylor, I'm tired of having this conversation with you every year.
You have lived in Stars Hollow for a long time, young man. It's time you became one of us.
Woo!
Sorry, I guess my pod's defective.
Hey, my mom's not wearing any underwear. Well, you aren't.
You're just being selfish, Luke.
Still, I don't notice. Can't take it anymore.
We're talking about the spirit of fall.
What kind of muffin do you want?
Blueberry.
You know where you can stick the spirit of fall? Here, don't use your hands.
I don't think you're taking me seriously.
What gave you that idea? No tip?
Oh, yeah, here's a tip. Serve your customers.
Here's another. Don't sit on any cold benches. Taylor, I swear to God, if you pull those pilgrims out of your pocket one more time...
I'm just doing it for you.
Oh, Luke, the food here is lovely, but you know what would make it even better?
Let me guess, some autumn festival decorations?
Well, food without ambiance isn't really food, is it?
Rory's tea, Patty?
Oh, no, thank you. It's much too depressing in here for tea.
You realize Taylor's a head right?
Yes, but at least he's a festive one.
Justy. Coffee? Oh, come on, are you mad at me too? I mean, a man can't choose whether or not he wants a picture of a fat, stupid bird on his wall. My God, that's the reason the damn pilgrims came here in the first place.
Luke, I wasn't snubbing you. I didn't hear you, and now I'm concerned about you.
Sorry, just feeling a little persecuted lately. Coffee?
Please.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
You don't look fine.
Well, thank you.
I just meant you look concerned.
I'm preoccupied.
You look concerned.
Well, I'm not.
It's fine, you just look it.
Hey, you know, some streamers would look so great in here.
Okay, I'm done.
Thank you. what do you think about the whole Liz, Lucky kissing thing?
I think they're actors being paid to play a part, so it's nice that they're living up to their obligations.
Rory.
Look, can we finish this very meaningful conversation later? I promise Lane I'll get right back.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Not going to say you look concerned.
Not gonna talk about how good you'd look dressed like one of the guys from The Crucible.
Fair enough.
A very serious matter has been brought to our attention, and I would like to bring to the floor for discussion the possible negative ramifications of the inn owner and diner owner dating.
That's us.
They're talking about us.
Now, as you all know, the relationship we have feared for some time has emerged, and we need to carefully consider whether or not we can support this.
God.
We're sitting right here.
Yes, we see you, Luke, and as a member of the town, you are welcome to voice your opinion.
Voice my...
I open the floor up for discussion. All right, I'll start. Luke's Diner is a staple in this town. Most of us eat there on a regular basis. The Dragonfly Inn, though newer than Luke's Diner, has also become very important in our community. The commingling of the owners of these two establishments can only set the stage for disaster.
What the hell is he talking about?
Well, he's not happy with our commingling.
Think of the consequences. What will happen when the relationship goes sour, as, let's face it, most of Lorelai's relationships do?
Hey!
We'll have to choose. Suddenly, you'll either be a Luke or a Lorelai. Or if you're Kirk and you can't make a decision to save your life, you'll be neither.
He's probably right.
That's bad for the economy, bad for the town. I vote against this.
Are they gonna make us break up?
I think you're overreacting, Taylor.
People, do I have to remind you about Faye Wellington and Art Brush, huh? Do I?
Yeah.
Faye owned a flower shop and Art owned a candy store, and they fell madly in love about 10 years ago. Big romance.
And for a while, it all worked very synergistically. Flowers and candy seemed like a perfect match.
Until Art met Margie.
The fudge queen.
Ooh, that was bad.
The whole town split right down the middle. Suddenly, you could buy flowers or you could buy candy.
Valentine's Day was a nightmare.
Par for the course for me.
Eventually, the hostility forced Art to move.
Faye never married. She stopped making candy. It was very sad.
And those storefronts were empty for a year. No one wanted to be there.
God, this sounds terrible. Maybe they have a point.
No, they don't have a point.
Well, what if something happened?
This is crazy. I don't believe for 1 minute that the breakup of Faye Wellington and Art Brush affected the economy of this town one bit.
Well, lucky for you, I brought charts.
You have charts concerning the romance of two people who used to live here 10 years ago.
We think Faye still lives in the caves above the Clancy's mill. We can't prove it, but every so often we hear Delta Dawn playing over and over.
I think that map's a little off. Luke would definitely take the northwest block because it's near the fishing hole.
Okay, that's it. I've heard enough. This is my relationship. Mine. Not yours, not yours, not yours. Yours, but not yours. Mine and hers, but not yours. There's not going to be any more debating about whether or not it's a good idea if we're in a relationship, because we're in a relationship.
Show him the horoscope.
But in the event of a breakup...
There's not going to be a breakup.
Well, isn't he the optimistic fellow?
Fine. In case of a breakup, I'll move. I'll close up Luke's Diner. I'll go far, far away, and that way you won't have to choose, okay? Every section in town can be pink.
Can we have your word on that?
You can have my word and a couple of middle fingers on that, Taylor.
Get that down. We have his word, and leave out the part about the fingers. All right, people. It seems that the issue of Gilmore and Danes versus Stars Hollow has been resolved. See you all next week when everyone gets fingerprinted for the government. Meeting adjourned.
Wow.
Yeah. You still in?
You bet I am.
I have conducted a thorough investigation of all the people who may have inadvertently been witness to the phony murder at my store last night.
There was a phony murder?
Yeah, the town's too dull to work up a real murder.
But you're one beam me up Scotty reference away from being the victim of one.
Luke, are you going to listen?
What's this got to do with me?
3 people have reported seeing Jess in that area late last night, skulking, lurking.
There were a lot of people out late last night, I know, because I fed some of them. I'll give you their names so you can add them to your suspect list.
Another person witnessed Jess walking out of an arts and crafts store 2 days ago with what appeared to be chalk.
You appear to be bugging me, Taylor.
What are you going to do about it, Luke?
About what?
About the results of my investigation.
Absolutely nothing, but thanks for the info.
You have to do something. People want action.
People, meaning you.
Not just me. I speak for the Stars Hollow Business Association, the Stars Hollow Tourist Board, the Stars Hollow Neighborhood Watch Organization, and the Stars Hollow Citizens for a Clean Stars Hollow Council.
All of which are you.
So are you going to act?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna act like you never came in here.
Fine, have it your own way. But I warn you, there's gonna be a lot of unhappy people at the SHBA, the SHTB, the SHNWO, and the SHCCSHC.
F-I-N-E.
Oh, you are impossible. You are impossible!
I think we're late.
What's going on here?
Nothing.
Meeting was supposed to start at 8, Taylor. It's a minute to 8.
Well...
Oh, you might as well be honest with him, Taylor.
Be honest with them about what?
Well, if you must know, there was a special issue that the business community had to deal with first, so we decided to start early tonight.
I'm in the business community, and I wasn't told about it. Taylor?
All right, fine. You weren't invited, Luke.
And why is that?
Controversy.
You weren't invited because we are dealing with the Jess situation.
The Jess situation?
Uh-oh. This is the Wild West. We'd be pushing the horses aside and diving into the water trough right about now.
Damn it, Taylor!
Luke, honey, calm down.
After all, this is all you're doing. If you hadn't so cavalierly dismissed the issue, we wouldn't have had to do this. I lost business because of what your hooligan nephew did.
How was business lost, Taylor? If you had to open a little late that day, your customers just came back later.
Not so. When Mrs. Lanahan couldn't buy her head of lettuce that morning for her lunch, she drove straight to Woodbury to buy lettuce from a competing market. Isn't that right, Mrs. Lanahan? Mrs. Lanahan?
You really shouldn't be driving anymore.
Word has it that she was telling other Dosey Market shoppers that Woodbury lettuce is crisper. That's business flying out the door.
Okay, fine. How much is a head of lettuce? $1? Oh, let's go crazy. Give me 5 heads.
This goes well beyond a head of lettuce, young man. The charges against your nephew are numerous. He stole the Save the Bridge money.
He gave that back.
He stole a gnome from Babette's garden.
Pierpont was also returned.
He hooted one of my dance classes.
He took a garden hose from my yard.
My son said he set off the fire alarms at school last week.
I heard he controls the weather and wrote the screenplay to Glitter.
Please, the bottom line here is that there is a consensus among townspeople who are in agreement that Stars Hollow was a better place before Jess got here.
So this half of the room gets the tar, and the other half gets the feathers?
Well, there hasn't been any talk of tar and feathers, although...
Look, I've lived in this town my entire life, longer than most everybody here.
Beg to differ. I'm 5 weeks older than you. That means I've been here 5 weeks longer.
I've never bothered anyone. I've kept to myself, and I've done the best I could. I pay my taxes, and I help people when I can. I haven't pitched in on the decorative pageantry town stuff because it all seems insane to me. But I don't get in the way of that stuff either.
What's your point, Luke?
His point is, do you mind?
Be my guest.
His point is that if there's a problem...
And I'm not saying there's a problem.
Right, he's not saying there is a problem, but if there is, give him time to deal with it before you storm his diner with torches and pitchforks.
Right, what I'm dealing with being a problem that I don't necessarily agree that I even have.
Right.
I didn't get that last part.
Lay off him because what you're all doing stinks.
I'm done here. I'm done with all of you. Oh, and I was going to stay open later in case anyone wanted to eat after the meeting. Forget that.
Everybody, listen up. Decide what you want, place your order, and then proceed to the end of the line.
I want a burger. I want grilled cheese. Me too. And I want fries, and make them really, really crispy. I want mine crispy too. You didn't order fries. So
you can't order crispy fries without first ordering fries.
why not?
Because you can't make something crispy that doesn't exist.
Why not?
Get him away from me, Taylor.
Have some respect. These boys just completed the first leg of their outdoor survival training.
Meaning you had them sit under a tree and glue rocks together for 2 hours.
You're a very jaded man, Luke. What happened to you as a child?
Some creepy guy in shorts and knee socks tried to sit me under a tree and glue rocks together for 2 hours. Put that down.
Why?
Because otherwise you're going under it.
I won't fit.
Oh, yes, you will.
Hey, donuts, please.
We were here first.
On the planet?
Huh?
You lose. Chocolate cinnamon sprinkles.
All of you pipe down.
Grups, huh?
Yeah.
Harry, come on, stop this before somebody drives through town and thinks the local mental institution has bad padlocks.
Luke, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Your father was a reenactor.
Yes, and I thought he was crazy also.
Who's stepping on my musket?
That'd be me.
General.
Well, stop it.
There goes the fire chief, the police chief, and the one paramedic with a valid license. I feel safe, don't you?
Look at them, all relatively intelligent men, but there they are, dressed up in costumes. Standing out in the snowstorm, and for what?
Because it's tradition.
Tradition is a trap. It allows people to stick their head in the sand. Everything in the past was so quaint, so charming. Times were simpler, kids didn't have sex, neighbors knew each other. It's a freaking fairy tale. Things sucked then too, it just sucked without indoor plumbing. My father used to be one of those guys.
Yeah?
Yeah, he even had his own musket.
Really?
Never had to rent it.
Where's the musket now?
He was buried with it.
Wow.
Yep, he loved that musket.
That's nice in a disturbing sort of way.
Here,
What is this?
I brought you coffee.
No, thank you.
Harry, you're freezing. Take the damn coffee.
When our forefathers stood out here many moons ago, they didn't have any coffee.
How do you know? Do you have written documentation about what sort of beverages they did or did not have on that long, historic night of standing?
This is still a joke to you, young man. I don't choose to be a joke. We don't need your coffee.
Harry, please, take the coffee. My father would have taken the coffee.
Well, all right then, thank you.
Andrew?
Thank you, Luke.
Kirk?
You got any herbal tea?
Not on me, but I can get some.
With a squeeze of lemon?
Okay.
I could really go for some cocoa. Ooh, that sounds good. Cocoa for me too.
Okay. Hang on a minute. One herbal tea.
Nice. Oh, come on. You heard me calling you. Stop.
What is it, Luke?
What do you mean, what is it? My Uncle Louie's funeral's tomorrow afternoon. I haven't heard from any of you. The man was a World War II veteran. That's what you reenactor freaks do. You go to vets' funerals, so you're gonna be there, right? Hello?
You said you were going to talk to him, Si.
Bert said he was gonna do it.
It's Taylor's job.
You always pass the buck.
Talk to me about what, guys?
You might as well know, Luke. We don't want to go to Louis' funeral.
What?
We all hated Louis.
Oh, come on, that's not true.
He always had a scowl on his face. Not a kind word for anybody. He would light those hideous cigars, blow smoke in people's faces, and then spit after each puff.
He was disgusting.
And mean.
He kicked my dog when I was a kid.
He hit on my wife repeatedly.
Toto was always different after that.
My wife was much affected as well.
I'd toss her something to fetch, and she'd start to run after it, and halfway there, she'd forget what she was doing.
She never enjoyed her soap operas the same after that.
She'd just lie down and go to sleep.
This is an exaggeration.
We're not exaggerating. We threw a big party when he left town.
I made love to my wife that night like I never have.
My Toto barked a happy bark, then quietly stopped breathing. She was old.
I don't believe this.
Come on, Luke. You knew the guy.
This man was my uncle, okay? And a war veteran. He deserves a veteran's funeral. But hey, if you guys are too lazy to show up, then...
He's the lazy one. Never once did he participate in a town function. In fact, when we reenactors gathered, he'd throw things at us.
And not soft things, hard things.
Rocks and small tools.
Okay, I've heard enough.
And he got meaner as he got older. Never married, never had kids.
A real loner.
To hell with you guys. Who needs you? I might just throw rocks and small tools at you myself next time I see you.
A defensive hothead, just like Louis. Practically clones.
That ain't me, is it?
What are you talking about?
What Taylor said about me being like Louis, a loner, never being married and stuff. I mean, I'm getting crankier as I get older. He's not so far off.
You are not your uncle. I mean, would Louis ever build someone a chuppah or help fix things around someone's house without being asked, or make a special coffee cake with balloons for a girl's 16th birthday?
Rory told you about that?
Yes. And would Louis have taken in his sister's kid without hesitating and without asking for anything in return?
No one would have trusted Louis with their kid. He probably would have forgotten to feed him or something.
You get my point.
Yeah, I get it. What's that? Is that Andrew?
I believe it is.
Left, right, left.
It's all of them.
Left, right, left. Company, halt! Company, salute!
Thanks.
Order!
It's what your dad wanted.
Oh, and oh, Louis would have hated this.
That's just a fringe benefit.
Present, hands!
What's going on?
It's kind of like a wake.
A wake?
For Louis? I thought you set it up.
I didn't set it up.
Well, it's going well anyway. People brought a ton of food if you guys are hungry.
This is unexpected.
Very.
Don't you have wakes for people you like?
I think it might be for you.
Am I dead?
Face it, Luke. People like you.
Shut up.
With charm like that, how could they resist?
So, like I say, it's Halloween, right? And we're lucky Louis doesn't have razor wire around his yard, you know. It's finally one of the neighborhood kids. He gets all courageous, and he goes sauntering up to the door, and he goes, trick or treat. Louis finally throws the door open, looks down at him, and says, "Did you get a Reese's cup tonight?" And the kid looks in his bag, and he says, "Yes, sir, I did." So Louis grabs it, says, "Thank you very much," and slams the door in his face.
I'm sorry I never met him.
He was colorful.
I never trick-or-treated again.
So one day I'm at the post office, I'm in line, when Louis just about knocks me over and he cuts in line. I said, "Louis, there's a line." So he says, "Kiss my butt." And I said, "You mind your manners." And he says, "Please kiss my butt," and drops his pants.
Oh, I got one. Louis was parked outside Al's Pancake World, and I was trying to pull into space behind him, when all of a sudden he starts to back up, so I popped my horn, and he...
What the hell?
Whoa.
Taylor, you cannot.
Taylor, what the hell are you doing? Now, take it easy, Luke.
I am taking it easy,
No, you're not. The veins in your neck are starting to pop out at me.
Why is there a giant wall of hay right in front of my diner?
The entire town voted. I'm just executing what the town wants.
This is not what the town wants. This is what you want.
Luke.
Oh, Stars Hollow's better than Colonial Williamsburg.
Try and control your neck veins. Nothing to worry about.
But what about our booth? We don't have a booth.
Everything is under control. Take, for instance, the hay bale maze is coming along wonderfully.
It's taken over the whole town.
What do you mean?
There's hay everywhere. I haven't seen so much hay since... I have never in my life seen so much hay.
Yeah. Would everyone please take a handful of chill pills?
Where the hell is my damn lemonade booth?
You don't need to worry about your lemonade booth.
Why not? The festival is tomorrow, and I have to start squeezing my lemons, and I don't have my equipment or my booth.
You don't have to worry about that, Gypsy, because you don't need to squeeze lemons, because you don't need lemonade, because there isn't going to be a lemonade booth this year.
What?
The budget for the lemonade booth has been reallocated to the hay bale maze.
What about Maury's salty nuts? How's he supposed to have his salty nuts booth if we don't have a lemonade booth? If people start eating salty nuts and they don't have easy access to lemonade, their mouths will fall off.
Well, you don't have to worry about that, Babette, because there's not going to be a salty nuts booth because the budget for the salty nuts booth has been reallocated to the hay bale maze.
He spent the entire budget on the hay bale maze. No.
I put the entire budget into the hay bale maze.
No! Taylor,
Yes.
They expect certain things, the traditional events, pie eating contests, pony rides. They don't want just a hay bale maze and nothing else.
Feast your eyes on this bad boy.
Taylor! That goes right up to my diner. It's blocking my entire diner.
I don't get it. Is it a race?
You people clearly don't understand the long and rich history of mazes. Ladies and gentlemen of Stars Hollow, perhaps this will help.
Oh, my God.
What the hell is that?
I'm the Minotaur!
The weird thing is he's been in that head under that velvet cloth this whole time.
Although the word labyrinth is used interchangeably with maze, maze scholars insist upon a distinction.
Hey, Kurt, what's with the cow's head?
Where are you people going?
Labyrinth is a unicursal maze, a maze without branches, without choices. A maze...
Now listen, this is important. The Minotaur is speaking.
Blind alleys down which to proceed. Now, the first maze in recorded history...
People are gonna miss your salty nuts, baby. They are.
Insane. Insane.
No, delivery time hasn't changed. Yeah. No, the maze hasn't changed anything. Okay, all right. French dip, ham and Swiss, fries, onion rings, roast beef, BLT, no B. BLT, no T, turkey on rye, burger. Yep. No, No problem. Okay, what? Okay, I've got something to tell you. I don't have time for dramatic pauses here, Zach. I've mastered the maze. I have. At first, I thought I had to go around the maze to make these deliveries, but dude, it's easier to go through the maze. Great, Zach. I know. At first, I wrote it down, you know, the path, but I don't need it because it's all up here or in here. Check it out. Eyes closed. It goes left, right, left, 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 right. Wait. Left, right.
Don't give it away. I am dying to go through the maze. I bet it's fabulous.
It so is. Go.
Go.
Go through the maze.
But don't you need help
No,
here?
no, go ahead. I don't need you.
Hi, Dad.
Have a fabulous time.
I got a patty melt burger well done, pastrami on rye, chili dog, and 3 orders of fries.
I'm good to go, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I can't begin to imagine. I'm gonna go through the maze at night, all alone. Me, a blindfold. You know how I can do it? How's that? I can smell the hay. We can all smell the hay. No, dude. I can smell the hay.
He left the house to the Stars Hollow Historical Society along with his ample collection of valuable memorabilia. His will stipulates that the house is to be converted into a museum.
A museum?
Are you going to interrupt me the whole meeting?
I'm just asking.
A Stars Hollow Museum. We will display his personal historical artifacts for a period of 2 months. After 2 months, the house is to be disposed of at the discretion of the head of the Historical Society, meaning me.
Oh, goody.
So now you're going to talk under your breath.
I'm sorry.
Funny, I didn't hear those words come out of your mouth this morning after you tried to kill me.
What?
So we're going to need strong volunteers to make this dream a reality. Now, anyone with the appropriate skills, let's see a show of hands.
You really have to fill me in on the gag here.
Luke, don't come to these things just to mock our business.
I'm not mocking anything. I'm volunteering.
After you threw a frying pan at my head.
You threw a frying pan at Taylor's head?
Just for playing my muzak too loud. I mean, who doesn't love muzak?
Oh, music lovers?
The thing slipped out of my hand.
Right after you said, quote, you better duck, Taylor, because I'm going to throw this frying pan at your head.
You threw a frying pan at Taylor's head without me there? I hate you.
I'm volunteering. Take it or leave it.
Patty, take down the names of the legitimate volunteers, please. Let's close our eyes and visualize our goal. Picture a freckle-faced boy, eyes wide with curiosity, drinking in the history of the town as he wanders the room. He's by the door. He's going by the stairs. He's delighting.
Luke's peeking.
That means you're peeking too, snitch.
Quiet, please.
Hey, I've lost track. Where's the freckle-faced kid walking?
Okay, I think that's enough visualizing, everybody. How about we start organizing all these boxes, okay? I'd like a moment with you, Luke.
Time to let go there, Taylor.
I want the straight skinny from you.
Really, let go of my hand.
Not until you tell me what you're doing.
I'm really just trying to get my hand away from you.
Why are you here? Why did you volunteer?
Because I wanted to.
Luke, you hated old man Twickum. I know that for a fact. You said despicable things about him your whole life.
Well, okay. If you must know, Lorelai asked me.
Lorelai?
That's right. You know, we've been through a bit of a rough patch.
Yeah?
Well, I want to make things right with her, get off to a good new start. She really wants me to get involved in community things, and she asked me to get involved, so I'm doing it for her.
Well, I think that's very nice.
So I'm here for you, Taylor, 100%.
Good, because you're not untalented.
Thank you.
How about I make you my right-hand man? Stick by me, be me when I'm not here. What do you say?
Well, I'll need my right hand back for that, I think.
Of course. Okay, good. This is a new side of you, Luke, and I like it. All right, let's get started, everybody.
Kirk, grab Kyle, come on over and help me start this party.
If you're going to disagree with me, which you have every right to, please don't do it in front of the rest of the crew.
What are you talking about?
That George Washington letter, I was humiliated.
No, you weren't.
Luke, we're a team, don't forget that.
Fine, okay, I won't disagree with you in front of the crew.
Good. Although it's probably safest for you not to disagree with me at all, don't you think?
Sure. I agree.
Good.
Taylor.
This is Taylor Dosey.
The carpenter's here, Taylor.
Copy that. Liaise with him, will you?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
What?
Are you blind? This place is a piece of crap.
What a piece
Look at it. The old man stuff. It's not even historical. It's all a bunch of stuff that may have belonged to people that may have been distantly related to people who may have been historically meaningful in the diorama.
Well, I'll admit it's a little rough.
It's a joke.
Luke, I don't get it. You helped build this. You were so cooperative. Why are you turning on it like this? Turning on me?
I want the house.
What?
I want this house, Taylor. All my life, I've loved this house. They don't build them like this anymore. I mean, you saw the banisters, right?
Well, yeah, but...
I've always said to myself, if you're gonna have a family and buy a house, then it's got to be this house.
Oh.
It's why I volunteered, okay? I got involved in this whole thing to stay close to the house, and keep on your good side, and you had the control.
I should have known that you were doing this for selfish reasons.
Taylor, look, I know you don't like me. I can't change that, but I gotta be honest here. This museum is not gonna make it. This property is expenses, the taxes, the upkeep. I mean, the floor broke through from just the cannonball. It's gonna take money. So do you want to keep a money loser on the books? Do you want that to be your legacy in Stars Hollow? Because that's what this is, Taylor. It's a money pit.
Well, I don't want a money pit on the books.
Yeah, well, just keep it open for the 2 months and sell it to me. I'll give you the best price, I swear.
A family? You mean you and Lorelai?
Me and whoever, yeah.
Huh. Well, I'll think about it.
Hold on. Hey, Luke, it's for you. It's Taylor.
Caesar, you just broke Luke's standing. When Taylor calls, I'm out, even if you can see me through the stupid connecting window rule.
I can tell him you're out, and that Duke, your evil identical twin, is in town.
No, I'll take it. I actually have to discuss something with him. Hello?
Luke, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
So the powers that be have signed off on you purchasing the Twickum house. All that's left is dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Okay, fine.
Ooh, sorry, Lorelai's there. Can't talk now, right?
Pretty much.
You know I'm a bit of a romantic, Luke. The thought of you buying this house for your burgeoning family is quite touching. I almost tear up. Adds to the tax base, too.
Well, good. Talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Wow, you and Taylor seem to be getting on very well these days.
Yeah, well, he's been cooperating with me on certain matters.
Luke, I think the sales tax is off by a penny. In fact, I'm sure of it. I'm ready to go to the mat on this one.
Those guys with the tire irons, where did your mother get them?
The DAR, and they don't work for outsiders.
Show me the penny, Kirk.
I mean, for you, it's going very well for me. I just had a group of German tourists come in, and they've been shoveling it in since they sat down.
What do you mean it's not going well for me?
It's the Twickum house. Someone's put in a competing offer.
A competing... Taylor, you promised that house to me.
And I did all that I could, but this other offer includes a substantial down payment in cash. The powers that be are seriously considering selling the house to this fellow townsman of yours.
I'll up my offer.
This guy'll just up his then. He's got vast resources.
How many resources can he have? He's living in Stars Hollow.
Luke, he's willing to put down $250,000.
What? That can't be right.
That's what it is.
I know everyone in this stinking town. What fellow townsman has $250,000 in cash?
I'm not sure I'm at liberty to say.
Tell me, Taylor.
Okay.
Say that name again. I'll talk to you later.
Sally Forth is on fire today. On fire!
Where did you get $250,000? I want to talk to the town elders.
The town elders?
You keep talking about the powers that be. That's the town elders, right?
Yes.
Well, they oversee the town assets, the real estate. I want to see them.
They won't go for that, Luke.
Why?
It isn't how it's done. They don't deal with the public. They're the final arbiters. What they say goes.
I'm seeing them. But arrange it.
Granted, his offer matched the fair market value of the property, but it was a rigged bid situation. The house wasn't even officially listed for sale.
It wasn't a rigged bid, Kirk.
That's for the courts to decide.
Get to the point, Kirk.
The house should be relisted. You should take the best offer from the person with the best chance of securing financing. That person is me.
All right. And Luke, what do you have to say to that?
The hell are we doing in a steam room?
Luke, I explained to you that if you wanted to see the town elders, you had to do it on their terms.
This is ridiculous. I can't think in here.
You should strip and get in a towel.
I'm not getting in a towel.
I think he's got body issues.
I don't have body issues. I just don't agree with what's going on, how it's going on.
Town elders, I don't think it's appropriate for the defendant to address you in this tone, is it?
I'm not the defendant, Kirk. This isn't a court. It's not even a room. It's a box full of hot air.
Now he's insulting you.
Listen, old guys, I should get the house.
Watch your manners, young man.
I can get a loan.
But I have deep pockets. Not now, I mean, right now I'm naked, but my pants have pockets.
Who are you guys anyway? What gives you the authority to make town decisions?
Luke, this isn't helping.
He's a hothead with body issues and shallow pockets.
This isn't right. Taylor and I had an agreement.
He needs therapy and probably pills.
Luke should get the house.
What?
What?
It's the right thing to do. Kirk may have a better claim technically, but Luke wants it more.
But
I knew Luke's father, his grandfather.
We all did.
He'll care for the house because he cares so much about it. He wants it for him and Lorelai.
For me, did you?
We all watched Luke pine for Lorelai for 9 long years. He waited for her while she went through her many relationships. He won her. Now he wants this for her. And for the others.
Others? Well, what others?
You'll bring children into the house.
I'll bring children into the house, too. Maybe not my own.
It's right for Luke to have it. Kirk is young. There'll be other places for him to go. That's what I think.
Well, I agree.
Me too. Luke should get the house.
Rip! Thank you. Luke, I asked for these eggs scrambled and they're sunny side up. There you go.
You're gonna hang it over there.
Oh, now what? Caesar, I'll be right back.
Don't hurry.
Now, carefully, that's rental equipment. I'm responsible
Taylor,
for that.
what the hell are you doing?
Good morning, Lucas. You looking fine fettle today.
Okay, whatever you're doing, stop it.
That's rather cynical. Now, who's to say I'm not doing something here that will surprise and delight you?
Are you?
I highly doubt it.
Then stop it.
Can't do it, Luke. The safety of the citizens of Stars Hollow is at stake, and that has to be my top priority, regardless of how you feel about a red light camera.
A what?
To catch scofflaws. Apparently, people are viewing our traffic light here as more a series of colorful driving suggestions rather than the rules of the road. Therefore, I decided to install a red light camera to discourage drivers who would test our laws and photograph and punish those who do.
A camera?
You run a red light, it's time for your close-up, Mr. DeMille. These little wonders are taking over the globe. New York, Los Angeles, Paris, Singapore.
That's ridiculous.
They're in position and ready for the installation at your say-so.
No, you can't do this. It's an invasion of privacy.
Something to fear, Luke?
You can't just take pictures of people for driving by the diner. It's probably not even legal.
Spoken like a man with something to hide.
Luke, I can assure you that I am well within my rights as town selectman to install that camera, and you, of all people, should be grateful. After all, it'll make the street in front of your diner that much safer.
Or unsafer, if you know what I mean.
There hasn't been an accident on that corner in 15 years.
And now we've made it safe for the next 15. Hooray!
I'm gonna fight you on this, Taylor.
We will be having the official unveiling ceremony later this afternoon. You're welcome to attend.
Well, I don't see how I can avoid it, considering it's right in front of my damn diner.
I'll put you down for +1.
Oh, and we're going to have to cross up some electrical lines during the installation process, so you might lose power for a few hours. No, this is not my fault.
This is all your fault, Taylor, all of it.
Lucas, I understand why you're perturbed.
Perturbed? Do I seem perturbed? I am so far past perturbed that I couldn't look behind me and see perturbed with a telescope. You never listen to anybody, Taylor. You just barrel along and decide what's best for everybody. Consequences be damned.
Now, I grant you the ceremony today did not go entirely according to plan.
According to plan, there's a car in my diner. A freaking car, Taylor. A two-door 1965 Ford Thunderbird in my diner.
Actually, it's a 64.
So what do you think? You want me to move it out or not?
I would really advise waiting until our insurance agents arrive.
It's up to you, pal. It's on your property.
I don't know yet. You could have some sympathy. After all, it's my car that crashed my most prized possession. I mean, the paint job alone is going to cost me a fortune, and who knows what other damage has been done or what my insurance will or won't cover.
Well, maybe I'll just come back with a sledgehammer and you can tell me totaled the whole thing.
Now, Luke, I would strongly advise against any rash action that could lead to undue and costly litigation.
Luke! Giant red spots. Nothing but giant red spots.
How's it look under there, Gypsy?
Well, the car is fine. It definitely wasn't faulty brakes that caused the accident. Kirk is just an idiot.
Hey, I resent that. Who was that? Damn giant red spot.
Well, what do you want to do here, buddy? You want me to pull the car out or you want to wait for the insurance guy to come?
I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do yet.
Well, I need to know now. I can't spend all day here. Either we move the car right now or I take off, you leave it in here and wait for the insurance guys. You got to decide.
Look, do not pressure me, okay? I do not like being pressured. It's not one or the other. I need to think. Will you people just give me some time to think?